I present Mark and Richard. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the bit you've all been waiting for. Well, two of us have been waiting for. I'm not sure about the other 78 in the room, but there we go. But the highlight, we think, of today's proceedings, the magnificent of magnificence, the spectacular of spectaculars. This is the best man speech, or in our case,
Best man speech.
So without further ado, we are Richard and Mark, and we're really pleased to be here with you today to celebrate the marriage of Rocky and Nick. Although, judging by the slightly apprehensive look on Nick's face, this may be the part he's wishing he hadn't agreed to. Before we get started, girls and boys, ladies and gents, we'd be grateful if you pay attention to a short health and safety briefing, just to make sure you get the maximum enjoyment from today's proceedings.
So firstly, ladies and gents, good evening. Please feel free to laugh, drink and enjoy yourself. After all, it is a wedding. But at the request of management, please, can you refrain from standing on the chairs and tables when it comes to our standing ovation at the end? Thanks very much.
No oath comes to mind.
Please be aware that we will be using visual aids to assist in your enjoyment this evening. There is also a lot of audience participation. So, please follow all instructions that are given throughout the next 4 hours.
The bar doesn't open until we get this right, folks, so let's try that again, shall we?
Also, if anybody wishes to go to the lavatory during this performance, one night only, please raise your hand so we can identify you and proceed to make jokes about you having a chance bladder. Okie dokie, so on to our speech, or as we like to call it, the Pixie and the Dick Show. So, on with the show. Once upon a time, in a far-off land called Plymouth. On the 23rd of May, 1974, our hero, Nick, or as many as you know him, Chunk Hooper, was born. It was a lovely occasion. So Nick was a contented young child, but even from an early age, something made our mate instantly, noticeably different from all the other kids. Our mate just happened to resemble a well-loved cartoon character. Life for our little mate was great. Growing up with his brilliant mum, Wendy. His fantastic dad, Clive. And his sister, Sarah. Attention! However, the Hooper family decided to leave Plymouth and moved to Burgess Hill.
Look out! They've got an ogre!
our mate, at the age of 7, should say 8 actually, because we never could actually agree on that, went to church, joined the boys' brigade, where he met his mate, Donkey. That's me, by the way. We were an all-singing marching band, and we would go on many memorable adventures.
Good, Jim?
Yes.
So that's
Old memories,
a great
mate.
idea.
All flashbacks.
It soon became very apparent to our hero that Shrek mate Donkey was actually quite stupid and would often need to get pulled out of trouble. As we grew up, Nick began to develop many interests in other things, including sports.
Sports. That's it. Sports.
I remember him playing. I do. He also started paying particular attention to some of the younger members of band camp, especially those who wore skirts.
Oh, come on, you did better than that.
It was also about the same time our hero
Someone beat me then, who was that?
discovered another talent. He soon realised that he could perform magic tricks. He could create strange noisy smells, which would often clear halls, tents, or any other kind of venue that we were in.
Are you sure you're not talking about yourself at this point? I'm talking about the Railway Pub, Burgess Hill, Friday the 7th of September, 10:15 p.m.
I never worked out how my mate did it, but when others tried to copy, we ended up having an accident. So, we stopped copying him and instead we just marvelled in his magnificence. I, Debbie McGee, to his Paul Daniels. I never worked out really how he did it, but like I said, it was great. We loved it. Playing in the band led to many other new adventures. Nick discovered more talents, like the ability to play more than one instrument. That's right, folks. He mastered the bugle and his bum. Drum! Practice. We spent our weekends on coaches, travelling the country, far and wide, winning competitions. I was rubbish, I used to mime along. The years rolled by and eventually our school days came to an end. I was always grateful that my mate landed himself a job, because this meant I could sponge off him.
A big one.
You go over that, mate.
Can
Can you pass that over, guys?
That's yours, mate. That's Junction, 1997. Chunks didn't just have any old job though, he had a company vehicle. So while the rest of us had to make do with Shanks' pony, our mate had the perfect pizza weapon of choice. He had a moped! After work, we would often spend nights round mine watching dodgy telly, drinking even dodgier French beer. Chunk would sing Bon Jovi hits, and I would just be ill because I couldn't handle the booze. Still can't, actually. Chunk would snore and cuddle me to sleep. It was also about the same time that a few of us developed this terrible affliction called drunken kleptomania. This resulted often or not for some strange reason in us nicking for sale signs. Sometimes we'd sing hey ho, as we marched along sign in hand. Sometimes we'd also bump into people. I remember what Mr. Ossifer said one night.
I suggest you put them back, lads, actually.
We thought he was joking until he started talking about something called...
That's criminal damage, you know.
Oh well, he also said he was a bit of a wag. Wally! Close to the mark, that one. Often at the end of these adventurous nights out, my mate would save me from getting beaten up by the village big boys.
Spill that.
Get the little one! He's got an ogre with him!
After our nighttime adventures, we'd often go back via Peter Snashel's and tidy his garden. That's not right! I'd head back and sleep with Chunks! Would you get it right? Silly donkey. Eventually, Chunk got a proper job, and like all things he turned his hands to, he did really well at it. I, as his trusty mule, also got a job too, and when time permitted, we would still have adventures together, travelling the country and even the globe, getting drunk, and often ending up in strange places like Tenerife. Those leather-clad men were very friendly. Despite our jobs keeping us apart some weekends, Chunk still found himself. Crikey, let's walk up to him soon. Still found himself having fun, and also surrounded himself with another short ass.
Hey! Mixie games!
We don't want to bore you with too many details, but we're going to summarise a few highlights for you. We thought we were going to share with you some of the things that just don't work in the world of Chunk. Falling over whilst drunk and trying to use a tent doorway as support. Trying to convince customs officials that he had no dangerous substances in the car whilst attempting to enter the Channel Tunnel. Lo and behold, he was sitting with a cylinder of colour gas for the camping cooker right behind the seat in full view of everyone. After repairing an air mattress with gaffer tape, he then thought it would be a great idea to get into bed by leaping onto it from a great height. And of course, who could forget the day he tried to chat up that attractive Thai girl that turned out to be a...
That one there, mate, actually.
Thankfully, his luck was about to improve in that department. One night, whilst out with friends, Cupid decided to pay him a visit from across the room. He targeted a lovely blonde-haired young lady and cast his spell of love across the room. Cupid's spell caught the two of them and encapsulated them into his cloud of pink love smoke.
Do I have to do this one?
Hold on! Get a photo! Someone get a photo! That is going on YouTube, Facebook, everything! You are a
Who needs Cupid when you've got a fairy? Chunk with pints of glass in hand. This is where it gets complicated. Yes. Approached said young princess and uttered them magic words.
How you doing?
He asked this, closely followed by, "Can I buy you a drink?" And one giggle later. Chunk.
Hang on.
Mark! Mark!
Changed.
Petrol now.
Never mind.
Changed to become a handsome prince. Bloody hell, who wrote this?
You did, mate. That was all you.
After dating and generally having a lovely time together, our prince and princess decide to move in together. Strangely enough, their new abode seemed to have been equipped with 3 of everything. Who's been sitting in my chair?
Who's been eating all the porridge?
But as we're not doing that fairy tale, we're not going to be asking who slept in that bed. As luck would do it, the addition of Mark So the happy home did coincide with Rocky needing to study for accountancy exams. Which meant Mark would be available to babysit Chunk. And with his very short attention span, Mike tried many new games to keep him occupied. But when all else failed, there was always one thing they could do together.
No, not like that, you weird fantasy.
Yeah, you guessed it. They studied the joy of beer.
I'll take down to him.
Thank you very much.
The boys always knew, though, in the end, that this lifestyle would have to change. And today, we finally get to share in this momentous occasion.
What? You mean Chunk's getting around it?
No, you fool, I mean the wedding. And there our fairy story of Chunk's history ends. Well, actually, it's pretty much just the beginning for these guys. And from the both of us to the both of you, we wish you every happiness, guys. Yay! We're going to finish up a few formal duties that we do have to do. First of all, telegrams. No.
Nobody else. He doesn't know anybody else.
On behalf of the bridesmaids as well, we'd like to thank Chunk for the kind words that you said earlier. We also have to congratulate the girls on a job well done today and for getting Rocky here on time. So well done, girls. We understand that despite being a petite little thing that she managed to put up one hell of a fight, so well done, ladies. And by the way, guys, just from us, doesn't the bride look gorgeous, eh?
Yeah!
So new. Yeah, you're great.
Yeah, thank you.
Richard and I would also just like to say a big thank you to all of you that have contributed so well for the honeymoon. Richard and I have actually swiped the tickets, so we're off to Sri Lanka tomorrow. I hope you two aren't too disappointed, but obviously we'll see you when we get back.
As long as I still got the tickets for the Maldives, I ain't for shit.
So on a final note, before the waterworks start,
Yeah, I can do it, will we?
ladies and gents, we would like to wish the bride and groom a long and happy future together, and it gives us all an immense pleasure to invite you all to be upstanding and raise your glasses in a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Cooper.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Right, now it's back to me. Exactly that. I would like to say that I had a friend from 1982 when I moved to Birchhill. I had another friend I met in 1995. On the 8th of September 2012, my friends disappeared. No, fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. I would also like to thank you from Paul, my brother-in-law here, for videoing today. And from here on in, it's just gone 6:10. Any of you that needs to check in over the road, please do. We'd like to see you back over here somewhere around about 10:45 to 7. We've got something else going on at 7 o'clock that I'd like everybody to be outside for. Hopefully they'll bark their orders again in a bit, like we earlier on. She was scary. She's done the job. Yeah, apparently they might well be, yeah. So, no, she told me she was going to be a bit like that, and I said, great, yeah, bring it on. They've done a fantastic job. We've seen already a couple of the photos they've taken on their cameras, and it looks amazing. So one more time, thank you so much, and all I can say is, party on, dudes.